the declaration obviously is one of the basic threshold questions that has to be answered, and that's a determination that's made ultimately by the state. But we're going to work with the state, and if there's not a declaration, if that doesn't happen, then we'll try to get some other help through the SBA or other federal agencies. This is a time to pull together and provide any help we can. Well, we'll try to get some help through the Small Business Administration and other sources at the federal level, because there's an obvious horrific impact here on this community. We want to try to do everything we can.
We're just going to work with all the officials that are working their tail off. I'm so happy to have Red Cross, folks from Bear Creek Camp. There's other volunteer groups that have come out and helped these people to clean up their homes, to clean up the mud, to help them get through this tough time. I'm very grateful for the greater Wyoming Valley coming out and helping us out.
So we're going to be talking as a congressional delegation, talking to federal agencies like the Small Business Administration, any federal agency that can provide any kind of support. We're going to pursue that as best we can. I can't make any guarantees or any certification of that, but we're going to work very hard, because this is a unique and devastating storm that impacted this community. We've got to try to provide direct help as best we can. This is a priority for the federal government, for state and local officials, and every agency, and I think you have all hands on deck, but we've got to work together, try to get something done.
Have you ever seen anything like this? I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
72 is in it, and all the washouts. We get a lot of them.
I guess parts of this are worse than people saw in Agnes, huh?
This is the worst I've seen as far as washing out. It's a real disaster.
Even with all the improvements in the last couple of days, you can still see the devastation.
It gets worse as you go up.
The point that a lot of people raise and they're concerned about is that after a few days after, and when you have tours and you have briefings and people go away, what happens 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, a year from now? We've got to figure out a way, not just to pursue help, but to have a sustained focus, because it'll be as important to help a year from now, maybe as it is in the next couple of weeks. So we've got to figure out ways, and I'm sure good folks here in Plymouth will remind us about not forgetting and not letting this focus drift to other matters. Just horrific devastation. I said earlier, just based upon the pictures, I described it as something almost biblical. But when you see it in person, in addition to seeing the more of the real-time pictures, that conveys the gravity of it. So we've got some short-term challenges for these residents in these neighborhoods, even beyond the initial cleanup, to try to provide some direct help. We also have, I think, long-term infrastructure issues here, and I think in some ways it speaks to a broader issue across the country where we're not investing in infrastructure like we have to. And this is yet another reminder of that we've got to not just fix this problem, but prepare for other storms like this. Hope to God we don't ever see a storm like this again, but we have to assume that we're going to see something at least comparable down the road.